The base fare says $149, so you click. Then the airline offers a $39 seat, priority boarding, a carry-on bundle, checked bag protection, lounge access, and a comfort upgrade before you ever reach payment. By checkout, the cheap flight can cost almost twice as much. In this video, we are ranking 5 premium airline upgrades that usually drain your wallet, plus 2 that can be worth it. The sneakiest trap is not the priciest one. It is the option that feels harmless. Airlines used to sell a ticket as a bundle, a seat, a bag policy, a boarding position, and a reasonable chance of sitting where you wanted. Now, many carriers sell the flight in pieces. The fare gets you through the door, then the website rebuilds the old ticket, one paid choice at a time. That is why the upgrade offers appear at the exact moments when you feel least in control. Seat maps show scattered middle seats. Boarding groups make overhead bin space look scarce. Check-in screens warn that the best options are disappearing. None of this has to be fake to be effective. It just has to make doing nothing feel risky. The trick is that airlines are not only selling comfort, they're selling relief from small travel fears, being separated from your family, gate checking a bag, standing in a long line, or landing exhausted before the trip even starts. So the rule for this ranking is simple. An upgrade is worth paying for only if it solves a real problem at a fair price. If it mostly removes anxiety the airline helped create, it belongs in the trap category. And that brings us to the first common upgrade, which often sells peace of mind more than actual value. Ripoff number 1, paid standard seat selection. This is not the same as paying for extra legroom, an exit row, or a seat with more recline. Those can change the actual flight experience. Paid standard seat selection often means handing over money for the exact same economy seat, just in a slightly less annoying location. Airlines make this work by turning uncertainty into a product. During booking, the seat map may show middle seats, separated rows, or a few preferred standard seats near the front. The message is simple: pay now or risk whatever is left later. For many solo travelers, that fee is poor value. If the seat has the same pitch, same width, and same service, you are not buying comfort. You are buying control over a problem that may not happen. There are exceptions. Families who need to sit together, travelers with accessibility needs, people with tight connections, or anyone who strongly values certainty may reasonably pay. The key test is simple. Are you buying a better seat or just paying to avoid suspense? And that matters because the next upgrade uses the same logic at the boarding door. Ripoff number 2, priority boarding that does not solve the airport problem you think it solves. On many tickets, priority boarding simply means your group is called earlier. It usually does not include faster security, lounge access, a shorter check-in line, or any special treatment once the aircraft door closes. You are paying to stand up sooner, walk down the same jet bridge, and sit in the same seat for longer. The main practical benefit is overhead bin access, but even that depends on the flight. If you check a bag, travel with only a backpack, or fly an airline that strictly controls carry-ons, the value drops fast. On smaller aircraft, bags may be gate checked anyway, which can erase the advantage completely. This is why priority boarding is such a cleanup sell. It sells status at the exact moment passengers feel least in control. Crowded gate, unclear announcements, everyone watching the boarding screen. Sometimes it is worth it for travelers with bulky carry-ons or tight connections. For everyone else, the upgrade may buy only a few minutes and a better-sounding boarding group. The next trap hides behind friendlier names: Flex, Plus, and Bundle. Ripoff number 3, convenience bundles that hide the real price. These usually appear after you pick a fare. The airline offers a Plus, Flex, or Smart package that rolls several extras into one button: seat selection, a checked bag, priority boarding, free changes, bonus miles, or a small onboard credit. The bundle feels logical because it turns 5 decisions into one. The problem is that airlines know most travelers only need 1 or 2 of those benefits. You may want a checked bag, then end up paying for early boarding you will not use, miles worth very little, and flexibility you do not need because your dates are fixed. The real test is simple. Open a separate tab or screen and price each item on its own. If the bag costs $40 and the bundle costs $90, the other $50 needs to buy something you are already planning to use. If not, it is packaging, not savings. Bundles can be worth it for families, long trips, or uncertain schedules. For a simple weekend flight, they often turn one useful perk into a cart full of extras, and the next upgrade sounds more physical: comfort. The catch is that sometimes comfort means just an inch or two of reality. Rip-off number 4, extra legroom seats on short flights. This one is tricky because the product is real. More knee space can matter, especially if you are tall, carrying a laptop bag, or stuck on a 3-hour flight in a tight cabin. The question is not whether extra legroom exists. The question is whether you will feel enough of it to justify the price. On a 60 or 90-minute flight, paying $30, $50, or even more for a few extra inches can be a bad trade. You still have an economy seat. The width is usually the same, the service is the same, and the recline may still be limited. By the time the plane reaches cruising altitude, the crew serves drinks, and descent begins. Your expensive comfort window is surprisingly short. Some of these seats also come with catches. Exit rows may have fixed armrests, tray tables inside the armrest, or no under-seat storage during takeoff and landing. Bulkhead rows can put you closer to lavatories or galleys. Buy it when the flight is long enough, the price is modest, and your height makes it matter. Otherwise, save the money. Next comes the most glamorous-sounding upgrade on the list, and it may be the easiest one to overpay for. Ripoff number 5, airport lounge access on the wrong trip. Lounge access sells a very specific fantasy: quiet chairs, free snacks, drinks, Wi-Fi, charging ports, and a little bubble of luxury before the airport chaos begins. That can be useful, but only if you actually have time to use it. If your layover is 40 minutes, the lounge is 2 terminals away, or boarding starts soon, that $50 pass becomes an expensive bathroom break. Even worse, some lounges are crowded, close earlier than expected, or serve food that is closer to packaged snacks than a real meal. If you already ate before arriving, the value drops again. The mistake is comparing the fee to an imaginary first-class buffet. Compare it to what you would really buy in the terminal. Maybe a coffee, a sandwich, and a bottle of water cost $25. If the lounge costs twice that, you need more than a couch and a cookie to break even. Paid lounge access makes sense on long layovers, delayed flights, or when you can use a shower, a meal, and a quiet workspace. Otherwise, skip the velvet rope. Worth it number 1, premium economy on long-haul flights. This is not the same as paying $30 for early boarding or a slightly better seat near the front. Real premium economy, especially on many international routes, gives you a wider seat, more legroom, extra recline, a footrest, and often better meals or service than standard economy. The value is not luxury. The value is damage control. On an overnight flight or anything over 8 hours, a few inches can decide whether you sleep for 4 hours or spend the next day walking through the city like a broken suitcase. Here is the rule of thumb. Price it against the length of the flight and the cost of arriving useless. If economy is $800 and premium economy is $1,600, that may be too steep. If the upgrade is $200 or $300 on a 10-hour overnight flight, before work, a wedding, or the first day of a major trip, it can be one of the smartest purchases you make. Check the actual seat before buying, because some airlines use the label loosely. Look for seat width, pitch, recline, and whether it is a separate cabin. Premium economy is worth paying for when it protects sleep, reduces fatigue, and gives you a usable first day. The second worthwhile upgrade is less glamorous, but it can save the entire trip when plans go wrong. Worth it number 2, true flexibility when the risk is real. This does not mean buying whatever bundle has the word flex in it. It means paying for a ticket that clearly lets you refund, change, or cancel without getting trapped by useless restrictions. A genuinely flexible fare can be worth it when the cost of being wrong is bigger than the upgrade itself. Think business trips where the meeting might move, medical situations, storm season travel, cruises you cannot miss, weddings, tight international connections, or a trip with expensive hotels already booked. Here is the math. If a non-refundable ticket is $400 and the refundable version is $550, the extra $150 may be cheap insurance if canceling would otherwise destroy the whole fare. The same applies to same-day confirmed changes, usable flight credits, or no-change fee fares when your schedule is unstable. But read the rules before you pay. No-change fee can still mean you owe the fare difference. Flight credit can mean it expires fast, only works for the original passenger, or cannot be used on certain tickets. Flexible can still have deadlines. The upgrade is worth it only when the terms are specific and the risk is real. The best paid upgrades do one of two things: protect your body on a long flight or protect your wallet when plans change. Before you click, use the upgrade test. Do not buy status anxiety relief or vague bundles. Buy a specific solution to a specific problem. Ask 3 questions. What pain does it solve? How long do I benefit? Could I buy the same benefit cheaper elsewhere? Thanks for watching. Comment with the worst airline upsell you have seen or the one upgrade you never regret.